Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on AI and You, How to Thrive in an AI-driven World. I am Shubham, your host for this session, and I am thrilled to have you all with us. If you have ever wondered what is AI Certs, let me give you a quick introduction. AI Certs offers role-based AI and blockchain certifications aimed at fostering lifelong learning. Our mission is to help organizations build smarter, future-ready workforces, adapt to change, and drive growth. And here is the big vision. We are on a mission to certify a billion people worldwide. Let's take a moment to watch a brief video and discover more about AI certs.
The only constant is change. Staying ahead means constantly adapting, evolving, and growing. You need the right skills to thrive. Artificial intelligence and blockchain are revolutionizing everything we do, from how we work, create, and solve problems, to how we secure data and build trust in a digital world. Do you have the skills to thrive in this new era of AI? To stay ahead, you need the right tools and knowledge. But with so much information available, where do you start? AI Certs empowers you to equip yourself for the future with industry-recognized, role-based certifications in AI and blockchain. Whether you're an individual looking to upskill and advance your career, or a business seeking to empower your workforce with cutting-edge AI and blockchain expertise, AI Certs is your trusted partner. Our certifications are crafted by a team of leading industry experts, ensuring they align with the latest trends and real-world demands. We understand that everyone learns differently. Our flexible learning options allow you to study whenever and wherever it works best for you. With a tech background or without one, our comprehensive range of role-based certifications equip you with the in-demand skills you need to succeed. Stand out in the job market with recognized AI and blockchain credentials. Leverage the new technology to become more efficient, innovative, and impactful. Help your company thrive in the AI era. AI Certs, empowering individuals and businesses to lead the AI revolution.
In a time when artificial intelligence is reshaping industries and transforming the way we live and work, it is essential to understand how we can leverage AI for personal and professional growth. Now let's talk about the expert who will be leading today's session. We have Mr. Shivakumar Keska with us today, who is the managing partner at SmartX Technologies. And we will explore real-world examples, strategies, and future trends to help you navigate and thrive in an AI-driven world. Now, if you haven't heard of SmartX Technologies, here is why they matter. SmartX is a new next-gen IT solution provider and system integrator, purpose-built for the as-a-service company. From customer enterprise software to AI-led transformations, they are known for solving real business problems with precision and innovation. They've even set up a center of excellence in AI and run a full-scale startup factory to nurture early-stage ventures. With a presence across the US, Middle East, and Europe, they are shaping the future of industries like manufacturing, finance, high tech, and more. With that, Shiva, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you very much, Shubham, for that lovely introduction. And good evening, everybody, whoever has joined. A warm welcome to all of you. Shubham, I'd like to present my screen. So I believe we have people from both India and abroad in this session. We will keep the chat window buzzing throughout the session. So I'd like all of you to first start by putting in the chat window, ready. I'd like to see the word ready from all of you to know that you are all with us. Awesome. Awesome. I love the energy in the chat window. Brilliant. It is really an honor, a privilege to be here and to be able to talk to you all. AI has been around for a long time, than you all know. Some of me already know. And it is really, turning things around as we speak, as we sit. So here's a quick, recap, a quick point to understand. that today is a watershed moment in the entire history of technology. If you look at it, the whole flow, if you look at it, what has happened over time till today. So here's a quick question to all of you once again. Give me the year in which you think AI started. Just put the year in the chat box. Which is the year in which AI, started? Okay, I'm seeing answers one by one popping up. Great. I think some of you have the right answer. Brilliant. Brilliant. Exactly. AI literally goes all the way back to 1950s, right? Literally 19. In fact, even in 1948, the fundamentals of neural networks were in place. The concepts were there. So this technology, ladies and gentlemen, is close to 75 years old. But then why now? Why is there so much of what is action and discussion and shake up in the industry? What's changing now? The fundamental reason is that these technologies have evolved over time to a culmination point where it has become accessible, affordable, and easy to use and deploy, right? So that is the big change now. And this final leg of changes happened in the 20s, in fact 2010s and 2020s. That's the period. Most of us, the whole thing shook up the world when ChatGPT came up with a usable model, and then but then even before that, a lot has been happening within AI. So as of today, there is a huge focus across all industries across the world on AI. So let's look at during this session. I would like to actually deliver some points which you can use during your day-to-day work also, right? That would be my intent. So let's keep the chat window buzzing. Let's keep interacting. And of course, we have a Q&A session towards the end. And I look forward to that, to hear from all of you, right? So some quick statistics around here, right? So McKinsey study says that 8 out of 10 companies, random, right, actually are using Gen AI in one or the other way. This could be as simple as the employees using one of the LLMs for one or the other interactions, or it could be far deeper than that. But then a similar number, 80% of the companies who are using it are also saying that there is no deep impact because of AI in their business, in their profitability, in their efficiencies. That's also, so this is a Gen AI paradox, right? So this shift is happening as we speak, and it is changing, right? And the World Economic Forum, they have, through their studies, have figured that about 170 million jobs will be created due to AI, while about 92 million types of jobs, or jobs across, not just types, jobs will be displaced. So, but the net, there is an increase of 78 million jobs, which is still a huge number. So the way towards this is to upskill. We have to keep upskilling. And those who are adopting these changes early on, they stand to gain. And this you know the Gartner hype cycle, right? So a lot of technologies, they move very slow and steady through the hype cycle curve. But then AI, what we have been observing is that the movement on the hype cycle, Gartner hype cycle, is very fast. So technologies are evolving, they are going to the peak of expectations, they're falling down the curve, and then they're hitting the plateau of productivity fairly fast. This is some of the changes happening very fast. Now, I have a quick question for all of you, and you will have a pop-up window coming up. But let's look at the question first. Which of these apps? Now, we are using AI everywhere in our day-to-day work, whether it is work or personal life. But then the question here is, out of these four, which one uses reinforcement learning? And I've given a hint here. RL, an agent learns to make decisions by interacting with the environment. Right? So let's see your answers, please. Okay, time up. Let's look at what the answers are, how people have fared. Let us take a look. Okay, a lot of people seem to have answered ChatGPT. It's actually Netflix. The third one, answer C. See, in Netflix happens is there is a constant decision that the system is learning from how the people are using Netflix. So the recommendation engine that comes is actually through a process of reinforcement learning, where there is a constant interaction with user data, right? So the environment. So it is Netflix recommendation that uses reinforcement learning, right? But thanks for the participation. Love it. Let's move to the next. So here are a few points, right? This is something that you might all have come across, right? That AI will replace jobs. Okay, there is a huge void that will get created. People will be jobless and so on and so forth, right? But then I'm also sure that a lot of people in this meeting are also well aware that it is not really the case. I want to pause and again ask a question around how many of you have actually come across AI augmentation versus AI automation? So let's again see it in the chat window. My question to you is, which of these two, AI augmentation or automation, which is gaining popularity? Which is gaining popularity? This is my question. Of the two, which is gaining popularity? Okay, I'm starting to see the answers. Between automation and augmentation, which is gaining popularity? Okay, I'm seeing more automation. In fact, equal number of augmentation also. Okay, great. So the real answer is AI augmentation. And this is important for us to understand, to know why AI will not replace jobs. See, automation is when you have repetitive tasks. They follow clear rules, and it involves a lot of data. So functions like human resources, accounting, logistics, for their day-to-day functions such as payroll management or invoice processing, when you start using AI to do these activities, it is automation, right? And 60 to 80% of these kind of tasks are routine. They are routine and they have clear instructions. So they can be fit into rules and it will just work. But what is actually gaining popularity, and this is the most important thing to understand, that AI augmentation is gaining the ground. So by augmentation, what we mean is that people are using AI tools, whether knowingly or unknowingly, in their day-to-day tasks, day-to-day work, in order to get smarter and more efficient. A quick example, if people who use Microsoft Teams, right, it has a transcription methodology, a plugin. So you can transcribe the whole meeting. You can use Copilot there itself to summarize it and then give you the action points. So within 2 to 3 minutes of completing your meeting, you have the minutes of the meeting, your action plan, everything ready, and AI has helped you do all of that. This is a classic example of AI augmenting your work, right? So it is AI as an assistant that is gaining popularity. And if we look at it that way, then AI is not going to replace jobs, but you have to gain the knowledge of AI to be able to remain in your jobs and sustain it and work better, or else people who have learned it will come and take that job. So it's not that AI moved you out. Our ability to learn, helps us stay on, right? So this is the thing. Right. Now let's look at some of the tech. I'm going to just quickly skim through this. There could be a lot of people here who are non-techies, please don't worry. We're going to keep it very simple. So NLP has been around for a long time, right? Natural language processing. Even before ChatGPT or AI came, we had Alexa, we had Google Home. These devices are still around, and they worked on NLP, natural language processing, right? But NLP has continued into the AI world. So today, NLP is still utilized, but its reach has become very vast. So the large language models, when you start interacting with the large language models, you are using NLP in a way, but then the algorithms have actually become very, very sophisticated and intelligent. Now, machine learning uses algorithms that learn patterns from data and make predictions or decision support systems without explicit programming. So one of the fundamental ideas within machine learning when it started was the concept of backpropagation. And backpropagation as a technology methodology, it was born in 1970s, by the way. It has been around for a long time. Now, what backpropagation fundamentally allows is that the system is able to learn by itself from it goes through a reward and retribution mechanism. Whatever correct answers it finds and it gives itself, it rewards itself. So it increases the number of rewards. That's the way the machine learning systems work. And deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and it uses multi-layered neural networks. The fundamental, by the way, the fundamental ideas of neural networks are, as I said, more than 75 years old. Right? So the facial recognition in smartphones, for example, or self-driving cars, interpreting what's happening on the road, these are all examples of deep learning. Now, Gen AI, it's in fact Gen AI and today agentic AI, right? That's the next level that's going on. The buzzword really in the AI world today is agentic AI. We will touch upon that in the upcoming slides. So Gen AI, it helps us create new text, images, new code, and so on and so forth. So the foundation models, which we call as some of the foundation models, just to name them, are ChatGPT, of course. OpenAI ChatGPT is there. Grok, we have Claude, Anthropic's Claude, and so on. These are some of the foundations. So there is a constant competition amongst these systems on how realistic, how creative they're able to do, or how accurate their code can get. So this is a constant competition going on. And the winner is us, the users. Another important aspect is explainability of AI, right? Explainability and trust in AI are very tightly integrated, right? Explainability just means that if AI takes a decision or if AI takes an action through its methods, it should also be able to clarify why it took that method, that decision, or why a prediction was made, right? For example, if an AI system is used in the finance world and a loan approval system runs on it, and then it says your loan is rejected, you would like to know why. What exactly is the reason you rejected, right? So this is explainability. So explainable AI is becoming more and more important. And the last one, of course, robotics. So whenever AI interacts with physical machines, and that's happening in a lot of places. Robotics has been around for a long time, but the integration of AI with robotics, that is actually changing a lot of things in the industry. Now, let's look at some of the actual use cases, right? And here's a quick question again for the participants. You could type in the chat window if you're from any one of these 6 industries. I can't list all the industries, so I just taken 6 just for the sake of discussion. But I'd love to see from the participants, which industries you belong to. Let's just say. You have healthcare, retail, manufacturing, finance, HR, marketing. Okay, supply chain, telecom, healthcare, marketing. Fantastic. There are a lot of people from healthcare industry, retail. Fantastic. Okay, great. So let me just walk through some of the examples in these industries, right? So let's take healthcare. AI-powered deep learning models, right? They are able to analyze X-rays, MRI, CT scans, and detect diseases, uh, cancer, lung, and this happens so fast. Recently, I read a report. A doctor in the Middle East, he made a comment that what he learned of 20 years of learning and practice to identify in an X-ray or an MRI about a particular patient's condition, the AI system was able to do that in seconds, right? Literally less than seconds. So the image goes to the system. It tells exactly what the problem is, what is the prognosis, what's the diagnosis, etc., etc. So his funny comment was that he is joining McDonald's. That was the comment he made, because these systems, right? This is repetitive task. Please understand this. This is repetitive task. That is why this system is able to do that beautifully. Now, the doctors and medical healthcare professionals, their new jobs are coming. They're still coming, right? In order to train new AI systems, we need these experts. So they will be training the systems. They will be working with the systems, and that's where the opportunity lies for them. Okay, finance. So machine learning algorithms, they monitor transaction patterns real time, right? And they're able to very quickly catch anomalies which indicate fraud. Typically, it takes a lot of time and a lot of digging around to know whether a particular transaction was fraudulent or, but then now, because of AI and machine learning capabilities, these anomalies are very, very quickly detected in real time. Right? Now, retail. So, and this is a classic case where in retail, the inventory is everything, right? The right inventory, the movement of inventory. So AI systems' ability to predict and forecast inventory, right? This is a huge area, and there is a lot of action happening in this space. Another example is the pricing algorithms in retail industry. That's another thing that you have to have uh, the price keeps changing depending on a lot of factors: availability, season, location, and so on and so forth. And if you need to do that, and typically large retail chains, there is usually days of delay for the decision to actually percolate down to the last mile to the shelves and the price to come up. But with AI systems, it is immediate, instantaneous. The system is able to study what's happening, and it gives us recommendations, and even the real-time systems are updated with the new prices. Right? That's the pace at which AI is changing these industries. I'll just probably skip a couple of them. So in HR, and naturally, for filtering out qualified, unqualified applicants, right? AI is able to then, that's all of natural language processing. It uses NLP to figure out what kind of, and it's able to do sentiment analysis, understand how the workplace culture is behaving. It's able to understand that using AI and natural language processing, and come up with very actionable intelligence for business teams, for leadership teams. And in manufacturing, computer vision and predictive maintenance, there's so many things happening even in the manufacturing industry. In the marketing industry, AI clusters customers into segments, based on purchase history, demographics, and using unsupervised learning methods. Now, supervised and unsupervised learning methods, little technical. Probably I'll skip that. If you have specific questions, we can touch upon it later. But these kind of algorithms, they help huge in personalization. Right? That's another big advantage of AI, that they're able to personalize. Right? Okay. Now we're going to take another quick quiz, to see how are you with me here, right? So which sector first used ensemble models to detect anomalies across transactional data? So now I have given a hint there. Ensemble models, they combine multiple models to produce more accurate and robust predictions, right? So it's not one model, it's a combination of multiple models, and that's an ensemble method. Okay, now you'll have a poll screen coming up. Can we have the poll screen, please? Okay. Okay, so while we are waiting, probably you can even answer in the chat window. Which of these industries uses an ensemble method, a combination method? Okay, good. I'm getting answers here. Very good. Great. Bang on. A lot of people are bang on. Yes, it is the financial sector, right? Where in order to detect fraud, it's the same example I had given just now, that to understand fraudulent transactions, right? You need several different methods, models to be working together. Okay, moving on. All right. Okay, now let's look at what happens in a typical organization, right? Uh, you have, so I have just taken the 5 layers in an organization. It could be more, it could be less. But if I take how is AI impacting a company, right? So I'll just start with some examples. So this year in 2025, one of the studies say that almost 20% of the S&P 500 companies, right, the Standard & Poor's 500 companies, they have at least one director with AI proficiency, who is able to guide the board around responsible AI adoption, ensuring that there is a shareholder interest and alignment with the business. That's the level at which even boards are functioning today, right? So that's how AI is already impacted the board of large companies. Next, let's look at the CISO, the senior management teams, right? So CEOs are directly involved in AI governance, right? They are taking a very, very active involvement in business, and this is happening ongoing basis, by the way. This is statistical study, what is happening right now. So the Gartners and McKinseys and Accentures of the world, they're constantly studying what's happening out there in order to help us, right? So optimizing operations, accelerating innovation. So AI is getting used. So C-suite is directly involved in this. If you come to mid-level managers, right, they themselves have to use AI-powered analytics, and there is a lot of DSS, decision support systems, that are getting utilized these days by middle-level management across all functions. And the next one is the knowledge workers, specialists, right? And that's where the whole of the largest mass of AI utilization, I would say, happens in this fourth level, where people they are exploring dozens and dozens of AI tools that suit their specific business needs, specific requirements. And the procurement of AI systems has now actually become part of the mainstream. And the last layer actually is the impacted layer, I would say, right? So since AI automates repetitive tasks and is able to double up as a digital assistant, the last layer is actually getting impacted in a slightly adverse way, I would say, unless they themselves learn and they're able to contribute to companies. Right? So in all of these, as you can see, AI is impacting all of the industry, and empathy and soft skills become the most important. And that's going to be our next discussion point here, that what are these, when so much of impact is happening, what should we do as professionals? So the skills these are some of this. There are a lot of studies going on constantly around what skills will keep us relevant in the face of all the AI changes, right? So I have listed some of them. This is not exhaustive, and this may not be absolutely true. There could be many other skills that I may have missed in this, but I'm open to discussion, right? So the first and foremost is that people have to have the digital and AI literacy. Even if people are not technical in their background, in their academics, they have to understand what's happening with AI, what AI does, what it doesn't do, and people have to actually start interacting with these systems, using these systems on a day-to-day basis, if they are not already. The next skill that's very important for survival is the critical thinking and problem solving skills. See, that's something that AI is actually starting to do itself. So a lot of the AI systems, as of today, they have started introducing reasoning and research and deep thinking. Literally, the word thinking has been added into all of the key LLM models available today. And that is very different from the traditional, what was AI 1 or 2 years ago, right? But our ability to think and our ability to be intuitive, right, that can never be changed, that can never be taken away. So problem solving, critical thinking and intuition, that's another skill that we have to develop. The next one is adaptability, right? Learning and unlearning. So both are important. Is that we have to understand that AI is not another technology that is changing the world, so we will learn. No, the entire methodology that the businesses are running is changing, right? So adaptation, learning constantly and unlearning what doesn't work anymore is extremely important. Next one is emotional intelligence and collaboration, right? This is something that AI will never touch, because all of the sentient AI and AI becoming, ability to think, and that's still science fiction, ladies and gentlemen. That's very, very far away, right? So what sets us apart, human beings, from these systems are these soft skills, our human skills: empathy, communication, teamwork, intuition, right? These are the things. These we have to pick up and learn and centralize in our own way of working. And the last one is data literacy and analytical skills. This is something that people have to understand, whether they're technical or non-technical, because all of AI revolves around data. No data, no AI. Likewise, no human intelligence, no artificial intelligence. This is how this thing works, right? So these are some of the skills, and there could be many more, right? I invite you to go check out. This is constantly changing, right? Moving on. Now, this actually, the last point that I mentioned, right? So trust, ability to trust an AI system. Adopting AI systems will depend on how much trust people have in these systems. And trust depends on how explainable AI is, how responsible AI systems are. So ethics in AI is a huge, huge topic these days. In fact, there are several jobs that will open up, that are already opening up around the ethics of AI. So AI ethicist is a job, for instance, right? It's people are already hiring into these kind of roles. So let's go one by one, right? How do we ensure fairness in algorithms, right? So, for example, there are a lot of stories you might have come across where, like, facial recognition systems, they misidentify people of color, right? Fairness in algorithm isn't just nice to have thing. It is absolutely essential. So when we are training data, the data has to be unbiased, the algorithm has to be unbiased, right? This is extremely important. Now, next is the data privacy, right? Nobody wants their personal data to be used for training systems, but it's a highly controversial topic, but there is a lot of data actually getting utilized, right? So corporate entities and businesses, they have there are a lot of regulations now coming around data privacy. GDPR is just tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. This goes far deep because when people ask for AI systems to be explainable, they want data to be explainable. They want to know where this data came from that you trained this model on, right? So again, trust and transparency, they go hand in hand. And as to regulations, Europe, US, India, so many countries have started putting together very explicit, clear regulations around AI, right? What can be done and what cannot be done with AI. That's happening. There's a lot of support. It is not a problem that is solved. It is happening as we speak, and it's going to take time and a lot of effort from all of us, users of AI, right? And in short, right, AI has the ability to do a lot of wonderful, lovely, cool things. But if we ignore ethics, if we start cutting corners, then people will stop using AI. People will not trust AI. So this change is going to happen. This change will see a lot of regulations coming in, a lot of support coming in from large companies, right? Okay, now let's look at prompt engineering, right? This is something that probably all of you are using, are aware of. Prompting is just, ladies and gentlemen, the new Googling, right? We used to say, Google it, but now we have to prompt a system, right? Even when you actually do a Google search, what's actually happening there is it is starting to run AI in the background, right? So prompting is asking very structured, clear questions. Actually, there is an entire course on prompt engineering from AI Certs. I invite you to take a close look at it, right? But I want to spend some time around giving you some tips here itself, right? Something you can use on a day-to-day basis. Okay, zero-shot prompting is when you walk into a LLM model like a ChatGPT or a Grok or a Gemini and ask a question straight, right? For instance, give me the recipe of pizza, right? Now, you haven't told this system anything. It already knows, right? So one question, straight away you get the answer. But zero shot can be a problem if I go to one of these systems and say, I want to send a business proposal to a customer who is asking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a proposal, right? It may not give you the proposal that actually sells or that actually wins because you haven't qualified it. You have missed a lot of information, right? So that's where few shots come. So few shot is when you give a few examples. You say that, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what it looks like. Can you give me something like this, right? So you do it in 1 or 2 steps. So, right now, I want to introduce 2 of the very, very popular models. One is called Automat, and the other is called CoStar. Quick question to folks on the call. Who has come across the prompt engineering format or framework called Automat? Type Automat. Let's see who all have come across Automat or CoStar. You can type either of these. If you have come across these models, please type Automat or CoStar. Okay. Okay, we have people starting to answer. Great. Good. Let's see more answers. Anyone who has come across CoStar? Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for the response. So you might want to note this down because this is bonus content, right? Automat is an acronym. AUTOMAT stands for A is act as a. Act as a. U is user persona, right? Who is the audience? Who is going to receive this answer? That is you, user persona. The third is targeted action. What do you want the AI system to do? We have to be very specific, right? The next is output definition. What would you like the output to be like? Is it a summary? Is it a table? Is it image? What are you looking for? The next is mode, tonality, or style. M is mode. The next A is atypical cases, right? What do you want the system to avoid? And the last one, last T stands for topic whitelisting. So I'll go through that once again. Act as a user persona, targeted action, output definition, mode or style, atypical cases, and topic whitelisting. So when we write a prompt, right, we have to start with act as a teacher or a business consultant or a doctor, whatever it is, right? You're trying to do. Now, I'll just sidetrack for a few moments. There's something called a Turing's test, right? This Turing's test was, it's from 75 years old. Alan Turing came up with this test in the 1950s. It's a 3-member game. This Turing test is a 3-member game. A person, an actual human being, chats with 2 systems, asking them various questions, and he tries to guess which of these 2 systems is a real person and which is a AI system. This is the Turing's test. Now, what they have seen is that the AI system, if it is given this kind of prompts, in that act as a 6-year-old, act as a scientist, and answer these questions, and answer in such and such manner, if they have prompted the system like that properly, the chances of the system passing the AI Alan Turing test increases significantly, right? So this is important. So next time you actually start using one of these systems and prompt it, try and use this. There is another method, similar method, slight variant, is called CoStar. I'll go through that quickly now. C is context, O is objective, style and tone, audience, and response, right? So we have to specifically mention what's the kind of tone that we wanted to use, right? Is it formal? Is it professional? Is it jovial, right? And who is the reader? Who is going to read this? This is important for you to mention, right? So prompting is both a science and an art. Over time, you become more and more proficient with it. The more you're able to do, you will see significant change in the way replies. These LLM models give you the output and reply, right? So let's move on to the next one. Okay, we have another MCQ now, right? I'm sorry, it keeps jumping. All right, here's our question to you. Can we have the poll, please? Which prompt type is the least effective for factual traceable output, right? Of these 4, which is least effective? You have another 20 seconds, can think about it. Okay, let's see the answers. Brilliant. A lot of people have got it right. It is zero shot, right? Because there is no pre-training from your specific context. It's a zero shot prompt. That's the correct answer. Thank you. Brilliant, guys. Let's move on to the next item, right? How should leaders stay relevant? Now, this is something, a lot of people, even if you are not business leaders, even if you are not in leadership role, it's good to understand these aspects, right? Because the AI adoption works both ways, a top-down as well as bottom-up methodology, right? So if the leadership team isn't excited about AI and adopting AI, it's not going to happen. So it has to start up top, right? So, but at the same time, if the people at the bottom, the actual people who are going to use these tools, are not upskilling themselves, even then AI adoption lags. It cannot. Just by the leader thinking about it, it's not going to happen. And AI should be strategic, meaning a lot of companies are doing this, that they pick up one department and one specific area and say, let's try AI here and see what it creates, right? Now, it's good that, okay, you're just trying it out, but it actually doesn't hit your bottom line, meaning it doesn't actually hit your profitability in any way, or your efficiency, process efficiency in any way, if you're doing it in a siloed, uh, piecemeal manner, right? So it has to be comprehensive. So that's where the leadership again has to come in. They have to be part of the bigger business strategy. The AI adoption and AI planning has to be across the entire organization, and it has to be done in a very staged manner, very careful manner. There are methodologies that are available on how to adopt AI, right? And another important thing is that companies have to take a lot of initiative in upskilling, invest in upskilling across roles. uh, the next one is certifications, right? Encourage people to do certifications around AI so that the knowledge is consolidated. People get motivated to use AI, adopt AI, right? And then finally, how to align the adoption of AI with actual key performance indicators to actually see whether it is impacting, how it is impacting, right? Okay, I am being very conscious about the time, so let's move a little faster. I think we are already past our 45 minutes. The next couple of slides, the next few slides are all around AI search, what AI search is doing. I believe that AI search is doing some amazing piece of work as we speak, mainly because of making knowledge, AI literacy accessible, right? There are a lot of courses around, a lot of free courses around, and a lot of very expensive courses also. But then a methodology where it is both accessible, structured, there is a proctored exam, and then uh, you know you have a proper certificate to share with others, is that I'm AI literate, I have learned something new in AI, right? That's something that AI search is really doing well. Um, so in today's discussion, so these are some of the AI certifications that we are bringing to you in this today's webinar, right? So AI Everyone, as the name very obviously states, is for beginners, professionals, anybody who has anything to do with today's AI adoption should have this AI Foundation as well as AI Everyone certifications, right? AI Executive certification is designed for uh, business leaders and even managers, business managers, line managers. They should go through the AI executive course to understand the impact of AI and how AI has to be used in businesses. The next couple of them, again, very critical ones and easy to learn and get certified, is the prompt engineering level 1. So in prompt engineering, there is a level 1 certification, there's a level 2 certification. So level 1 is for everybody, it's for everybody literally, right? And AI ethics. And AI ethics is important because of the way you use AI as well as how AI systems are built. We need to understand this, right? Okay, here's a quick question, MCQ again for all of you. Which certification fits strategy and ethical oversight with AI, right? Let's take a quick poll. Let's see if you have really caught it. Which certification fits strategy and ethical oversight? Take a few seconds. Okay, let's see. Let's see how people have fared. Okay, right. The word ethical oversight actually misled a lot of people. So it's basically, the answer is AI Everyone, because we're looking at strategy, right? Strategy automatically covers ethics. This is important for us to understand. AI Executive looks at strategy and ethics hand in hand. This is extremely important. Of course, AI ethics, you dive deep into the ethical aspects of it, but it doesn't talk about AI strategy, AI adoption strategy, things like that. Right. So the correct answer is AI Everyone. Right. Okay. Now for the big offer. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are on the webinar right now, you have a fantastic offer going on. So we are giving these 4 certifications today. The store price of all of these is 7,999, but you're getting it at 649. If you're buying any one of these courses, by the way, AI Everyone is free for all. So you're choosing between the remaining 3. Pick between the remaining 3. Pick 1, 2, or 3 courses. The more courses you pick up, the better discount you get. Right. So this, our team will share the link where you can go in and register for this. The link will be available through the rest of the webinar and a little more. Can we have the link and details, please, in the chat? Okay, Shivansh asks, how do I get the certificate? So once you enroll in the course, it takes you through, these are all 8-hour courses, right? So you have to go through the course, you have to learn, and then at the end of the course, there is a proctored exam by the system itself. And you have to clear with 70% or more score in the exam, and then you get the certificate, right? So this is how you get the certificate. Can we have the link and details here? Yeah, here we go. So you will see a link there. It is aiedu.smartextech.co. Please make sure that your pop-up blocker is removed. The login screen will pop up. Please click on this and register for one or more of these courses. This is a fabulous offer going on. I welcome each and every one of you to give it a shot. If you are doing this from outside of India, you will see it in your local currency. Our payment gateway will take care of the conversion, and you will see the prices in your local currency. And if you have any challenges, here is a email address you can write to. Right. I'm just sharing an email address also in the chat to everyone. That is right. I mean, this webinar doesn't have a certificate as such. Yeah, that's right. So Niyati has asked this important question. So any of these courses that you buy, you will get AI Everyone free of charge, right? But you have to buy at least one. You have to buy at least one, right? If you buy executive or ethics or prompt engineer level 1, you will get AI Everyone free. And another important thing is that by doing all these courses together, you actually get qualified to become a AI certified trainer also, right? So Dhananjay asks, for this webinar, is there a certificate? We haven't planned, but yeah, we can definitely share a certificate for this webinar, definitely. But then I really encourage and welcome you to do the actual course from AI Edu. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So the link is available. It will continue to be available. Please go ahead and book yourself for these courses. Moving on, I have a couple of points to cover. Here we go. So this is just a quick recap for us. So you don't need to be an AI expert, right? It is for everybody. You need to just think of it like Excel, for instance, right? We don't have to actually write code or build a product like Excel, but we use it every day, right? And you need to understand that whatever AI can do, you need to figure out how it fits into your work, right? What are the limitations? Learn to apply, practice, and be part of the leading team, right? And learning is the only way. And we have already mentioned this. The people who are early adopters are actually gaining the day, right? The real impact is for those who move fast. And AI is impacting every industry. We understand that. Ethics, prompt engineering, and leadership are extremely important for you to understand and adopt AI. And AI search is definitely one brilliant option that you have, right? Okay, so I will take a pause here and welcome you for any questions that you may have.
So, thank you, Shiva. That was a fascinating journey. Now, let's get to a deeper conversation. We had some questions from the audience. I'm gonna put them with you one by one. There is a very long question, and I will try to put it as far as I understand it. So, Irina asks, what if there are anomalies with the predictive models? Take humans out of the equation to some extent. It is very difficult to reach a human to state your case, whether exam, finance, medicine, HR. So, how do we balance this with the ethics?
Okay, fantastic question. So there is a concept of human in the loop, right? So this is the AI systems which are getting implemented. They all have a human in the loop, HITL, in place. They are putting it in place. This has become a standard practice where people, um, if there is an anomaly, the system learns by itself, but the people also provide supervised learning to the systems to say that, okay, this is a problem. And these systems, the large systems, don't come into production till the basic anomalies are weeded out. The basic anomalies are removed. They don't come into the main state, right? So this is important. So human in the loop is also an area where uh, not only the training of AI systems, but uh, utilization also comes into play. So I hope I have answered your question. So human in the loop is the answer, really.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, you described this moment as a watershed for AI. What makes this time so critical for professionals across industries?
Okay. Uh, it's a so first. Let me try and explain what I meant by saying watershed moment, right? So a lot of technologies have come and gone. We have seen decades of technologies coming and going, right? But um, what is happening right now is a very fundamental, irreversible shift. It is something like when touch screens came, right? Touch screens revolutionized mobile interaction or usage of mobile phones completely. Today, we can't think of a time or think of a situation where the touchscreen phone doesn't exist, right? There are people who are using button phones, but then they are already part of uh, 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 an outdated system. So AI is not a tool at the moment. It has become a partner of what it has. It has the ability to reason, learn, and generate new content, right? So this is for one of the reasons that this is a watershed moment, that it is not becoming a tool, it is far beyond a tool. The second is the speed of disruption. If you see the way traditional IT cycles, they took years for changes to happen, right? But like I said in the beginning, the movement of AI technologies across the Gartner's hype cycle is very fast. It's extremely fast. That's another reason, right? The speed is very critical for us to understand here. Almost every day there is something new coming up, right? Another aspect is every profession is being rewritten. It is horizontal. Impact of AI is horizontal across all industries, all technologies, all uh, business functions. It is changing, right? Another important thing is the way the balance is changing across. So people who are using AI, they are becoming more powerful than the people who actually created it. Right? This is something that for these reasons, some of the reasons I say that change of AI, the impact of AI is today a watershed moment. Yes. Next question, please. Thanks for that question. Brilliant one.
So we have another question. How does one use AI in the formation and administration of design, engineering, construction, commercial, and PPP contracts?
Okay. That's a whole lot of things. So it can be used. So we have to look at, so when these kind of questions have to be considered, way to break it down and understand what is the real capability of AI. What can AI do, right? So can you repeat the aspects that were mentioned? So I heard
Administration of design, engineering,
okay,
construction,
okay,
commercial, and PPP contracts.
Okay. So there are specific AI tools that are being developed, which are able to help with design and engineering, right? They're far and few, but there are models who are able to do that. Another area that AI can help in that specific industry, right, is in the generative AI itself, the Gen AI part of it. So we can use for creating new textual content based on basic research. We can use AI for diagrams. So engineering diagrams, AI is still poor when it comes to engineering diagrams. There are models which can be trained. There is a lot of work in progress, but AI is able to come up with building designs, right? I hope I'm answering your specific industry. The other thing is pattern recognition, right? In the specific industry, wherever pattern recognition helps, AI can be brought in, right? So we have to explore case by case basis and specific area. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So there is one more question. What are some early signs that a company is truly integrating AI strategically and not just using it as a buzzword?
Okay. That's a very interesting question. So the key here is to understand how AI is, whether AI has touched the entire breadth of company and profitability, right? So the rest of it is typically just employees using AI for one of the other thing, right? So if it is just specifically one or the other department using it, then the impact will be very minimal, right? But is it really changing? Then one of the key things that you will see is that leadership is taking a lot of interest in AI adoption. They're looking at so in AI adoption, let me again sidetrack a little bit. AI adoption goes in a very staged manner, in a step-by-step manner. First, most of the businesses, they try to see a proof of concept to see if AI is able to solve a specific problem. And then they look at how it can help in a complete vertical, in an end-to-end process, for instance. And they try to scale it across the process, multiple areas. Then they go from one department to the other. Right? So this is the step-by-step method in which AI gets adopted. So if companies are taking a very deep interest in going through the journey, then we can say that that particular company, right, is taking AI seriously and adoption seriously.
Wonderful. Thank you. Since we have already crossed our specified duration, we will unfortunately have to wrap up the conversation. But what an amazing discussion. A big thank you to our speaker, Mr. Shiv Keskar, for the valuable insights, and to SmartX Technologies for making this possible. As we already discussed, we are offering an exclusive discount for early signups. Be among the first to register after today's session and get special rate on your certification journey. For any queries, you can reach out to us at events@aicerts.ai. I will be sharing this on the chat. And I will also be sharing the links for the certification and for the discount offers. At the end, I would like to thank you all for joining us today. I hope this session sparked new ideas and gave you a clearer perspective on how to thrive in an AI-driven world. As you have seen, AI is no longer optional, it's foundational. Whether you are a tech expert, business leader, or just getting started, there is a place for you in the transformation. Don't forget to explore the special certification offers and continue your AI journey with purpose. Stay curious, stay adaptive, and above all, stay empowered. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.